Hello everyone, welcome back to Super Medico. My name is George and we are here back after a very long time. So I've been meaning to want to do this video since so many days, not been getting the time or the opportunity, and finally when I got the time I thought I'll shoot it and get it out to all of you. So the topic of the video is simple. Where am I doing my MD and which course I'm doing? So and the NEET counselling, the whole counselling story. You like my sit and talk videos in the past where I've talked about my experiences. Many people are able to relate, so I thought why not share this, one of the most important parts in a medico's life, the counseling process and all. And I definitely release videos about the mistakes I did during NEET PG and also why I chose the specific course in the coming few days or weeks. So let's get back. So after the results came in March, it was pretty difficult times where I wasn't really sure about what I should do. I never actually thought too much about specialization. I was kind of fixed on respiratory medicine. The simple reason being, I knew I didn't want surgical fields. Second, I knew I couldn't do medicine or pediatrics because during house surgency itself, I realized this is not for me. It's too much to study and too much is there, and I don't think I would have that capacity in me to do that. And psychiatry, to be honest, during house surgency, I kind of didn't delve much into it because psychiatry happened between our medicine postings. So psychiatry was a 2-week chill of the hectic medicine time. So we were kind of chilling there. And I liked reading psychiatry, but then when I sat in an OP one day, and I kind of got irritated. I didn't have the patience to sit like with a PG I sat and I saw the patient repeating the same thing again and again. I was like, this is not for me. I can't do this. And I kind of left psychiatry. So my working PG that I had in my mind was respiratory medicine. That was until the results came. So when the results came, I started thinking more. So I got a rank of 13,845 based on previous years, and so there were a lot of things that I could get. So respiratory medicine, the possible options I had was DNB. So DNB was good because even I was kind of looking for DNB because I thought a lot of procedures you need to learn for respiratory medicine. So even I was okay, good, I'm getting DNB. But then I started learning more and more, and I realized that if you want to be a good respiratory medicine doctor, you need to learn medicine. It's not just the patient won't come just as with the lung problems. You'll be having a lot of other systemic diseases, right? So you need to know everything. That made me think, oh no. So then there is a problem because I knew I couldn't do medicine because something like even final year also, I didn't find that passion learning medicine. It had to be some work from my side. It didn't come naturally. I kept searching options, and meanwhile I even planned to repeat. So I went to an institute. I started because there was an INICET happening in May 5th. So that was one more option where I could maybe jump up my ranks and get something. I hadn't fixed on a specialty, but I was not studying at home due to all the kind of mood off from the exam results. I kind of expected this rank, but I realized a lot of my colleagues did really well. So I kind of felt bad for myself that, I didn't do enough work. I didn't do hard work as them. So I felt bad, because both I and they had the same time. So I was feeling a bit bad. So I was not doing my studying. So I went to this institute. So there was much more systematic studying and classes, and I started enjoying them. And that is the time when I also started thinking, my God, if I have to write the next exam, it'll be like 1 year from now. And again, it's like a game. You have no surety that you're going to get this rank or even a better rank. There are people who you might even get a worse rank. And here I got a kind of a decent rank that I can get a seat. And should I sacrifice that? And I was like, it was a really tough time. So after a lot of deliberations and all, I kind of went to two things. So I kind of started looking at the options that I can get at my rank. So things that came into me for me was radiation oncology or radiotherapy. Then definitely MD psychiatry. Then the other options that I was interested in were like a lot of DNBs were there. So DNB medicine, DNB family medicine, DNB respiratory medicine, a lot of DNBs. Surgical I was not interested in, so I didn't look at that. So these were the things that came in my rank range. I kind of started with radiation oncology. Like I went one day to an oncologist, Dr. Aju. He's kind of like my a person that I look up to. So one day I was able to shadow him in his clinic and see oncology. I really liked it actually. Then one day I went to a radiation oncology setup. I did like the thing, but then I realized that there are some challenges in the field because the opportunities at the present have some issues, but in the future it could be. So it's a demanding field, but at the present there are some issues about jobs and the amount of machines that are available. So all these things, and above all that, I started looking at something of passion. We all tell passion, passion, passion. I started thinking, "Arey, what am I really interested in? What do I like?" And I kind of looked at back the subjects that I learned during MBBS. Subjects that I genuinely found interesting to learn was one, forensic medicine. I read Ignatius cover to cover. Then I remember community medicine. I like community medicine. I would have taken community medicine definitely if much more job opportunities or something clinical came in, but I couldn't get that. So it might be there, but I was not able to get that feedback, so I kind of dropped it. And forensic medicine, because of autopsy, I'm kind of I don't want to do that. And the other subject that I liked reading and learning was psychiatry. Even when I realized that when I went for that PG coaching, that 1 month repeating thing, we had this psychiatry class, and I realized that compared to my peers, I kind of found it easy to understand psychiatry. I didn't have much of problems, but some of my peers couldn't get that concepts clearly. So I realized maybe I might have something towards psychiatry, and I started exploring that. I started asking a lot of people, from my college professors to people from other states, from residents, people who have been practicing many years, different setups, private, government, and a lot of positive, a lot of negative things, and all things together, and seeing some psychiatric illnesses like a distant family kind of made me understand that this thing is kind of something that I might go for, and that led me to make a decision of taking psychiatry. And more about that I'll talk in another video, why I chose psychiatry, but this was the pathway towards fixing psychiatry. And then coming to the college, so there were a lot of options in mind. So definitely my priority was always a government college, because I studied in a government college, and I know this fees part is so much, spending money for education was like, when you had an opportunity to study for minimal cost, was something that I always believed. So I didn't believe in spending money. So I always looking at a government college. So I started with the NEET counselling. So the first round of NEET counselling All India, I got Rangaraya Medical College in Andhra Pradesh. That's kind of among the top 10, I think the third or fourth, fifth range medical college in Andhra Pradesh. It's a decent one, but I kind of thought I look up for better options, so I didn't join them. The second round, I got Andhra Medical College. Andhra Medical College is the topmost medical college in Andhra. It was a good setup. It was good, the patient load, the workload was comparatively lesser. And I was kind of almost ready to join it. And that is a time when I had a conversation with someone I kind of barely knew on Instagram. He was a friend of a friend. So we were talking about, he was from Bangalore. So, St. John's was some institute that I had always in mind. But I kind of kept it below my options mainly because of the fees. Because St. John's has fees. So I never kind of considered, because I'm getting government colleges. So St. John's was kind of my backup plan in case I didn't get a government college to fall back into. And this friend of mine asked, so the only reason you are not looking at St. John's is the fees, he asked me. He asked me, is it bad to spend money on investing on education? That kind of shook me and made me think a lot. So it was really like, sometimes some conversations with people make you change your mind entirely. And this was one sort of conversation that I had. And that kind of made me think more about it. Kind of made me research a lot. And that kind of made me change my decision drastically. I wanted better training. And as a psychiatrist, as any doctor, to get trained in the best possible way at a best possible institute is one of my dreams, because this is the training that starts forward your career. And definitely you learn a lot. It's not like you learn everything in MD, no way. You learn throughout your life. But something made me, kind of a lot of feedback from people, and a lot of feedback from alumni of different institutes and St. John's, and all together kind of made me make a decision why I'm choosing St. John's. So it was kind of like a shock to myself that I'm going behind on what I initially thought, that I would go on a government college. And my family was very supportive, but I myself was doubting the decision, because I have an opportunity to study at this much at a low cost, at a very low fees, and I'm going to spend a lot of hard-earned money on education. It was like very guilty feeling for me personally. Those days were really tough, because I kind of then these days were like one day apart. So the NEET last day for second round joining at Andhra was so and so date, and the Karnataka day was the next day. So if I have to go to Karnataka, I can't go to Andhra. I have to go to Karnataka and submit the documents. So I remember that I was in Kochi airport taking the flight to Bangalore, and that day was the NEET. So, and that day I had a call with someone, and that guy told me, "Arey bhai, what dumb thing you're doing, paying money, you could have gone instead to Andhra." And all. I kind of, you kind of get influenced because you're in a really vulnerable stage. You don't know what to do. This is a life-changing decision of your life, I definitely believe that studying in Trivandrum Medical College is like kickstarted everything in my life. Institutes are important. That's what I believe in. That's my experience with UG doing at Trivandrum, TMC. So when people say a lot of things at a very vulnerable stage, you kind of think back. I remember calling my parents after that phone call with that person. I called my parents, "Daddy, Mummy, am I making a mistake? Should I take another flight to Andhra quickly? Maybe they might extend the day tomorrow." But I couldn't do that because I had already checked in and all, and I reached Bangalore and I just went and gave. I didn't think too much. And yeah, it happened. So that was fixed. So in the subsequent rounds, I kind of realized that I could have got other institutes like Madras. In Kerala, I could have got institutes like Pariyaram and some other institutes outside on Kerala and all. I guess in Tamil Nadu, some institutes I could have got. But by then, I fixed upon St. John's. And I remember the first month coming to St. John's, I was like kind of really doubting myself whether I did a right decision. Every day coming back to my room, I would be like so sad. But coming now, and when my sadness only ended the last day of counselling got over. There's no further change, it's fixed. And now when I look back, I feel I made a decision that was right. And I don't know, maybe in future I know how it was. But so far it has been good. So in simple words, I'm doing my MD Psychiatry at St. John's Medical College Hospital, Bangalore, or the St. John's National Academy of Medical Sciences. So it's been 2 months here, enjoying psychiatry. Still now I have not even started hating it at all. Because I like that's for the next video, why I took psychiatry. So I want to talk more about that. So yeah, this was my experience of the whole NEET PG counselling process, and I thought I'll share with you because I feel these things would be some you would be relating to as an aspirant who has already finished this process or an aspirant who's going to go through this process. And my suggestion to all of you would be to do research properly. I know a lot of friends who kind of didn't do the research properly, ended up in institutes where they regretted going there, and now they're looking at other options, maybe attempt again for next year, or regretting or feeling guilty. So this is a life-changing decision. So don't go light on this. Go with your full force, learn more, understand more, be 100% sure in your decision, and you will change. A lot of people will influence, especially the social media and all. They try to make you some other decision because it's a lot of hangama happening, seat blockings and all. They want that seat, so they tell that college is bad, so nobody takes it. A lot of things are there, but you need to be wise. Talk to the correct number of people, talk to the correct people. So if you ask a JR1 anywhere, they'll tell it's a worst possible institute. You should ask people who are JR3s or who have actually passed out of the institute. So they'll be the ones telling. So suppose if you ask students at Trivandrum Medical College itself, some of them will tell, "Oh my God, so much of us, so it's not good." But once you pass out, you'll realize, "Macha, that was a super college." So yeah, and some Macha is Kannada, I guess. I don't know what. It's in Malayalam also used. So I'm talking a lot, right? It feels free to talk after a long time to all of you. I hope you enjoyed this video. So I'll see you with the next video very soon. Take care. Bye bye.